So I'm getting ready to do the second coat, and I did put these scratches in with the trowel after the last coat just to make sure that it would stick. And I'm going to try the same technique again and see what happens. Very well. I'm going to try spraying it down again and see if that helps. Might be helping a little, not so much. I just need to really soak it down. Yes, I think that is helping. So I'm going to mix up another batch and see how that goes. Okay, so I sprayed this down pretty well. I think I got it pretty wet. I think that might be the key. Having a pretty wet mixture and really soaking down the surface first. I did with probably maybe 2 parts water and 1 part of the bonding adhesive. I'm just trying to get it to stick and be like in a pretty good layer, and I'm just trying to like go over the corners with my hand, kind of like round out and fill out the corners, and then I'm using the trowel to try to like clean up the bottom here. And I also found that this blue tape, now that I'm getting into thicker layers, is kind of getting in the way. I don't know if some of it is getting like stuck into the mortar, so I'm just going to take that out and just use this trowel to kind of establish a clean bottom edge here. And also, like I mentioned before, to clean up these tight corners here. I mean, I think this would be much easier if you didn't have these weird angles on the end. You could just go around the side to work on them, you know, but it's okay. Like a rubber tool. I'm going to see if this helps to smooth it out at all. the gloves are all kind of getting gunked up and it's hard to make a smooth line with the gloves now. So it seems like this tool, I think it's this actually a grout float, but it's like a really rubbery kind, is helping to kind of smooth it down. It's not going to be totally smooth. I think it's going to have more of like that stuccoed look, which is great, but there are some areas that need to be a little smoother than they are. It also seems like once it's dry, you can kind of go over it to smooth it off, but I want to kind of level it if I can. So it's about 24 hours later, and the fireplace is pretty much dry, and I'm just going to see if I can go over it and smooth out some of these rougher spots. Actually, this is doing a pretty good job. It's pretty hard. It's kind of harder than I thought it was going to be, because as you're putting it on, it just keeps like crumbling off, and everything, it seems like the mixture seems so loose. It's hard to imagine that it's going to solidify into something really hard, but it does feel nice and solid, and this is actually taking off some of these loose, rougher parts. And I could see if you really wanted to smooth this out, you could go over it with a little sandpaper, which I might do depending, you know, how smooth I want it to get. So, the only thing I really see is that there are a couple of spots that could stand a little fill-in. Like here, there's a little dip, and maybe like a little gap here. And I'm just gonna take a look at this and see how I feel, whether I need to do a little fill-in. I may just do one more like partial fill-in here, and then we'll be ready to paint. Yeah, I'm actually so pleased with the way this is coming out so far. I just can't wait to see what it looks like when it's completely painted. We have the mantle that I'm gonna have to strip the paint off of, and then that little decorative support that I showed you in the first video that goes under here. So anyway, so excited. All right, well, guess that's it for now. And yeah, I'm so excited.